Tomorrow is going to be an important day when it comes to the investigation in Shraddha's murder case is concerned. Because remember, whatever we know so far in this matter is via police sources who say that the information that they have been disseminating is on the basis of the confessions that have been made by Aaftab. But remember, there is nothing in black and white. While police might try as hard as they are doing to get evidence, so far there is nothing concrete that can stand judicial scrutiny. And first, we will get you through the top developments where the probe stands today, what exactly has the police done. But why did I say that tomorrow is going to be an important day is because the police are going to conduct a narco test on Aaftab. Whether or not it can help them in their investigation is what we will discuss over the course of next half an hour. First up, let's tell you what happened today in the grisly murder case of Shraddha Valgar. Allegedly by Aaftab Poonawalla, it is the Delhi police that is conducting a probe across 5 states now, including Delhi, Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Haryana as well. Aaftab's police custody ends on Tuesday, which is why police are in a rush to complete whatever crime scene recreations they can before that deadline expires. Now, here are the top 10 developments in the case that happened today. 17 pieces of bones have been recovered from 3 different forests in Mehrauli and other nearby areas. Remember, Aaftab allegedly has told the cops that he used to walk out every night at 2 a.m. and dispose of the body parts that he had chopped. Second, police have recovered clothes as well as shoes from Aaftab's flat in Delhi, which he used to share with Shraddha at the time of her death. Statement of Delhi house owner has also been recorded. Now, police suspect that body parts were thrown in a pond, which is why they undertook the pond's water being removed today, so that if there is anything hidden over there, that it can be recovered. Shraddha and Aaftab had also gone to Himachal Pradesh in April, which is why the cops also went to a guest house where they had stayed and questioned the people concerned. Police are probing the guest house staff as well. Now, one important aspect of this entire process is also Aaftab's family. So far, they haven't come to fore. There are reports that they had switched houses just days before the murder happened. Now, police are also trying to establish contact with Aaftab's parents. Another detail that has come when it comes to the probe is that Shraddha's family had agreed to allow their daughter to get married to Aaftab. It was Aaftab's parents who were not in agreement on that matter. Vasai flat owner, a flat where Shraddha and Aaftab used to stay in Maharashtra, they kept changing residences quite frequently. The owner of their flat in Vasai had said that while taking that house on rent, they had posed as man and wife, as was also the case when they rented other places. Now, Hindu groups have come out in protest on the streets. They are demanding capital punishment for Aaftab. Now, joining me on this broadcast are my esteemed guests. But before that, let's get you ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट्स फ्रॉम मुंबई।
इस वक्त हम वसई में हैं और श्रद्धा को न्याय दिलाने की मांग और आफताब को फांसी देने की मांग को लेकर तमाम हिंदू संगठन इस वक्त वसई में प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं। सबसे पहले तस्वीर मैं दिखाना चाहूंगा, आफताब का पुतला बनाकर यहाँ पर उसको फांसी दी गई है बाकायदा, और तमाम जो संगठन और आसपास के जो स्थानीय लोग हैं वो मौजूद हैं। और वो अगर आप देखें तो यहाँ पर लव जिहाद के खिलाफ कानून बनाने की मांग कर रहे हैं। और जिस तरीके की तस्वीर है वो दिखाती है कि लोगों में काफी आक्रोश जो है वो साफ साफ नजर आ रहा है। और तमाम लोग जो हैं अलग अलग तरीके के बैनर पोस्टर लेकर यहाँ पर तस्वीरों में मौजूद हैं और लव जिहाद के खिलाफ खास करके जो है कानून बनाने की मांग जो है वो की जा रही है। और जिस तरह की चर्चा छिड़ी है, जिस तरह का एक जघन्य हत्याकांड सामने आया, उसके बाद लोगों में जाहिर तौर पर आक्रोश भी है और नाराजगी भी है। और यहाँ पर तमाम लोग मौजूद हैं, उनसे भी बात करते हैं। क्या नाम है सर आपका?
मेरा नाम गिरीश पांडे, मैं स्कूल में पढ़ाता हूँ, हेडमास्टर हूँ।
इस तरह की ये घटना ही आपको किस तरह से दुख पहुंचा? और
नहीं, ये बहुत ही दुखद घटना है। इस तरह बहन बेटियों के साथ होगा तो ये बर्दाश्त के बाहर है। इस पर सरकार को ध्यान देना बहुत जरूरी है।
ध्यान देना जरूरी है। ये तस्वीरें आप देखें तो यहाँ पर लगातार जो है प्रदर्शन और आपको नारेबाजी यहाँ पर तस्वीरों में नजर आ रहा है। यहाँ पर हमारे साथ संस्था के संस्थापक भी हैं, ऑर्गेनाइजर हैं। हाँ जी,
इनका इधर भी है कि 15 महीने से इनका लड़की एक मुसलमान के साथ है बिना शादी करके। बाली पुलिस चौकी में बार बार विनती करने के बाद प्रशासन को साथ नहीं दे रहा है। ये हमारा सामने लड़की का पिताजी है। अगर इनका लड़की इनको हवाला नहीं किया जाता है तो बजरंग दल इसके लिए आक्रामक रूप लेगा और इसके ऊपर बाली पुलिस चौकी को घेरेगा भी। तो ये आपका सामने है। इनका 15 महीने से ये दर्द धक्का खा रहे, पुलिस इनको आजकल करके
10 महीना शायद
10 महीना लेकिन उनके झगड़े होते थे ऐसे कंप्लेन।
हाँ, खाली मैंने जब रहने को आया तब मेरे को पता चला, ऐसा कंप्लेंट कुछ नहीं आई थी।
ब्रोकर ने क्या बताया था, कौन लोग हैं?
कपल बोला था,
शादीशुदा कपल बताया था, ऐसा है कि लिविंग वाले?
शादीशुदा बोला था।
ही काफी था, कुछ खाली मेरे को छोड़ने के लिए इधर आई थी, वो खड़ी थी। मैंने उसको बोला श्रद्धा बाल क्यों ऐसा काटा है, तो वो कुछ बोली नहीं। लेकिन सब लोग बोलते कि वो लड़का ही नहीं अच्छा था, छोड़ने के लिए बोला था उसने, तो उसने नहीं छोड़ा। मैंने उसको देखा भी नहीं, अभी वो टीवी पे देख रहे। मैंने क्या करने का, अच्छा नहीं है, लेकिन उसको न्याय मिलना चाहिए और आफ्ताब को ऐसा नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए। हाँ, उसको भी ऐसा करना चाहिए, उसको लगना चाहिए कि मैंने उसका टुकड़ा किया है।
And the anger is understandable. The people might be saying some things that are very objectionable, and in no way does Times Now stand with some statements that were being made by some of the people. But one must understand that this case hits home like none else in recent memory, because this could have been any of us, which is why everybody wants to know what was the motive. Why did Aaftab kill Shraddha, if at all that is the case? Because remember, the details, the evidence that can stand judicial scrutiny in the court is very skeletal right now, which is why a lot is riding on the narco test that is going to happen tomorrow. Now, the thing about this test is that it is not admissible as evidence in the court. So whatever Aaftab says tomorrow when this test is conducted on him will only help cops to find further evidence which still would need corroboration. They might also try to find out whether what he has allegedly been telling them so far is the actual truth or just an attempt to mislead them and to throw them off tracks. How significant is it that the test will be conducted tomorrow? Can there actually be any leads that come out, or is it just a lot of sound of fury signifying nothing? We are now joined on this broadcast by two people who are the best persons who can tell us about this. Dr. Mahablesh Shetty, who's professor of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology, and Dr. Dinesh Rao, forensic expert. Welcome to the broadcast, gentlemen. Dr. Shetty, coming to you first. Tell our viewers what happens in a narco test.
To my fellow panelists, this is nothing. It's a deception detection test. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please go on.
Deception detection test, whereby a drug is introduced to a person, he is taken to a twin-like state or to a trance or something called hypnosis for a local language layman, and he's been asked certain questions. So basically what happens when this drug is introduced, his imagination is neutralized so that he won't be able to lie. The factual truth will come out. But again, there is nothing called like it's 1 + 1 = 2, that certain amount of drug is given, he'll go to twilight state or trance or hypnosis. So it all depends on his physique, age, sex, mental status, all those things. Based on that, and again, based on the questions, what forensic psychiatrists, clinical psychologists will ask, it all depends on that, madam.
Okay. Mr. Rao, Dr. Rao, we have seen several similar instances happening earlier as well. We saw Telgi's narco analysis test. We saw this happen to Kasab also. What kind of questions does police generally ask somebody who is under the influence of drugs that can help them probe the subconscious?
Yes, that's a very good question. See, actually, this is the most important part, apart from taking the patient into the stage where between the stage of sleep and awakening, we had to take, after induction of the drug called pentothal sodium, the patient will be taken to a state in between the sleep and the awakening. This is the stage we pose the questions. And these particular questions are engineered in collaboration or in talk with the investigating officer pertaining to that particular crime. The first set of questions are the ones where the answers are well known. The second type of questions are the one where some of the answers have been found after the statement given by the accused. And the third set of questions are the one where the accused has failed to either divulge those, or the investigative officer finds that the accused is aware of it, or there are some conclusions drawn out of the accused statement. So those are the type of questions. Again, the fourth set of questions will be those questions where the answers are well known. This is how the questions are engineered. And each questions, there are the statement made by the accused under the NARCO.
Okay.
If there is a recovery out of it, for example, if he says that the skull has been buried in such a place and the skull been recovered, that forms a strong corroborative evidence. And if the weapon which has been unfound by the statement given by the accused, but now under NARCO, if the weapon has been recovered, definitely that will have a strong corroborative evidence. Besides this, the statement made by the accused during the narco analysis and the statement made during the interview or interrogation, that will be again corroborated and compared. So just to understand the authenticity or the genuinity of the statement in the course of interview.
Okay, Dr. Shetty, how reliable are these statements? Is there also a chance that even during this test, after having been administered these drugs, a person can still lie?
Yeah, definitely, he can lie. It's not 100% foolproof. It depends on his condition, how well he's trained also. If he's a drug addict, if he's an alcoholic, if he's known, if he has read all these things, he may control himself and he may not be able, he may not open up. And again, there's nothing called when the questions are asked, particularly the person will be slurring. That is the time that the forensic psychologist, clinical psychologist will ask the question. But he may act also. There are certain things that a few people have come out of with it. It's an obsolete thing in Western country, but still we are following it.
Okay. So it can go either way tomorrow, whether or not the truth is unraveled. Times Now is going to be our first stop to tell you the facts of the matter as they reveal themselves. Thank you, gentlemen, Dr. Shetty and Dr. Rao, for joining me on this broadcast. We take a very quick break on that.